Do manifestation and spiritual practices like Reiki, law of attraction, and other disciplines actually work? Yes and no, just not in the way they're usually explained. When people manifest wealth, relationships, or career progress, indeed something real is happening. However, it is not because cosmic attraction or magic spells, but more realistic factors like mind training, probabilities observation, behavioral techniques, and self-discipline. The outcomes are real. The explanations you have been given until now are not. Hi, I'm Gunther De Niro. I'm a software engineer with years of international experience. I've built technology, personal wealth, and family prosperity. Thousands of people are using my software to make money. My work has taken me around the world, allowing me to connect with customers and friends in nearly every country. However, I've noticed a tendency to label Eastern statements and discoveries as transcendental or sometimes esoteric, while the same concepts said by a Western scientist are automatically seen as scientific. This is a ridiculous false perception. Instead, I've seen there is a powerful synergy that arises when both cultures converge. My productivity, health, and prosperity, in fact, are not mere coincidences. My customers and my friends know that I'm coming from a humble background with a factory worker father and an elementary school teacher mother, and my success is the result of deliberate practices and principles I've learned and adapted to modern life, blending both Eastern and Western perspectives into a unique global approach, the Source Code course. The Source Code deconstructs the mechanics of success to deliver a raw, usable interface for reality. From asset acquisition to relational engineering, the same core logic applies. The Source Code, for example, replaces meditation with cognitive precision and hope with systematic execution. By recalibrating your mental hardware, you gain the ability to deploy consistent, high-leverage actions across every sector of your life: finance, career, relationships, or whatever you wish to improve. At the TSC channel, we do not deal in miracles or faith. We deal in validation standards. For a protocol to enter our architecture, it must meet 3 non-negotiable criteria. It must be testable, repeatable, and explainable. If a technique claims to heal or manifest but cannot produce a consistent, verifiable output, it is discarded as legacy noise. This is why we integrate high-precision wearable technology, from EEG headbands to clinical-grade heart rate monitors. We aren't looking for enlightenment. We are looking for measurable signals. When you run a TSC protocol, the changes aren't just felt. They are mapped in real time. We track your autonomic flexibility through heart rate variability. We monitor your stress recovery speed to see how quickly your system returns to baseline after a high-pressure event. We measure attention duration and decision consistency, the true markers of someone who has mastered their cognitive hardware. And perhaps most importantly, we quantify opportunity recognition. By modulating your filters, we increase your brain's ability to identify high-leverage variables in your environment. You aren't praying for a change in your life. You are monitoring your biology as it reconfigures your reality, one data point at a time. What makes this approach different isn't what it removes, but what it preserves. All those things people were searching for, wealth, success, love, health, meaning, emotional relief, were not fake. The explanations were. You weren't wrong to search. You just don't need cosmic forces to access what actually works. What to do now? Theory is useless without execution. Here is your roadmap to total environmental control. Phase 1, the core protocol. We strip away the new age noise and give you the base code. Phase 2, iterative optimization. You don't stop at the basics. You keep upgrading through our internal framework. And Phase 3, network synergy. Most people fail because they lose momentum in isolation. In the TSC community, your environment is hard-coded for consistency. Access the protocol. Join the network. Modify your reality. What to expect now? Success requires a foundation of absolute clarity. Every TSC implementation begins with the initialization briefing. This is free to join, and it isn't just an introduction. It's a high-level diagnostic of our architecture, ensuring you understand the logic and the expected outcomes before you execute the first command. Once initialized, you move into async integration. We recognize that your operational environment is unique. You deploy these protocols at your own processing speed, following a methodical, linear path. No guesswork, no vague instructions, just a reproducible framework designed to guide you through the source code with surgical precision. We aren't gurus, and we aren't here to sell you a vibe. Our credentials come from some distinct worlds that rarely meet. First, systems architecture. We have spent over a decade building and distributing real-world software products on a global scale. We understand how to build things that actually work under pressure. Second, legacy deconstruction. We spent over 20 years inside the world of Eastern disciplines, studying under traditional teachers not to follow them, but to autopsy their methods. We've done the hard work of stripping away the mysticism to find the source code, the actual scientific laws that were hidden under layers of obsolete New Age language. Finally, we understand network dynamics. We've spent 10 years building human ecosystems, learning exactly how to engineer a community that sustains individual change. We provide the architecture. You provide the execution. Who is this for? The TSC channel isn't for everyone. We have built this architecture for a very specific type of individual. We are looking for pragmatic operators, people who want results and have no patience for vibe-based explanations. If you are a domain optimizer looking to systematically upgrade your finances, your career velocity, or your relational architecture, this logic is for you. Our community is composed of logic analysts. We don't ask you to believe. We ask you to investigate the mechanics of how these protocols work. We are the home for post-legacy minds, those who are done performing beliefs that don't produce results and are finally ready for a functional, data-driven interface with reality. If you prioritize the code over the myth, you are in the right place. Success isn't a matter of vibrations or cosmic alignment. It's a matter of architecture. Most people spend their lives chasing a vision they don't understand, using legacy tools that were never designed to work in the modern age. At the TSC channel, we do things differently. We don't wish for outcomes. We reverse engineer the variables that make them inevitable. We take the prosperity you've been working toward and break it down into a series of executable commands. This is about moving from the meditation of hope to the engineering of results. It's time to stop looking for the light and start looking at the code. This is your reality. Own the source. Finally, the world you've been shown is just the user interface. It's noisy, it's legacy-driven, and it's designed to keep you guessing. But now you've seen behind the curtain. You now know that prosperity, health, and influence aren't spiritual rewards. They are the logical outputs of a well-engineered system, and you are the creator of it. The TSC channel is here to hand you the keys to the back end. We've stripped away the myths. We've isolated the code. All that's left is for you to run the program. Don't just live in reality. Engineer it. Initialization starts now at tsc.channel.